Hello everyone, I'm Big B and this is High Cap History. Today I'll be talking about the history of the Mark 14 battle rifle, or the M14. The M14 is a select-fire, long-stroke, piston-driven battle rifle. It is chambered in 7.62 by 51 NATO, fed from a detachable box magazine, and is currently still in limited use by multiple branches of the US military. To investigate the history of the M14, we'll have to look back at the earlier firearms it was derived from. The M14, chambered in 7.62 NATO, is derived from the M1 Garand, which is chambered in the heftier 30-06. The M1 Garand was designed in 1931 and patented in 1932 by John C. Garand during his time with Springfield Armory in Springfield, Massachusetts. The semi-automatic battle rifle was created at the request of the U.S. Army to replace their M1903 Springfield bolt-action rifles as their standard infantry weapon. John C. Garand was born January 1, 1888 in Saint Remy, Quebec, Canada. That's right, if you didn't know already, the famous engineer behind the M14 was actually from the United States' northern neighbor. In 1899, his family moved to Connecticut to work in the textile mills. There, Garand picked up machinist skills during his work, as well as picking up shooting. He later found employment in Rhode Island with Brown & Sharp, a tool-making company, in 1909. In 1916, he started work for a New York tool-making firm. In 1917, the U.S. Army started bids for a light machine gun. This was Garand's end to creating firearms for the U.S. military. In 1919, Garand started his work with Springfield Armory, and 12 years later, in 1931, he finally prototyped his M1 battle rifle. In 1932, the M1 Garand was patented as a semi-automatic battle rifle chambered in 30-06. It had an 8-round internal magazine fed from a steel clip. It was approved by the U.S. Army in 1936, and in 1940 it went into mass production. It was shown to be a very effective firearm during its use in World War II, even being called the best battle implement ever devised by General George S. Patton. Fast forward to 1954, and the U.S. needed a lighter and more wieldy battle rifle to standardize the ammunition troops used between all the other weapons being used at the time. Springfield Armory created the M14 with multiple features based on the M1 Garand, such as its long-stroke piston-driven gas system and its style of sights and body. The M14's first major difference from the M1 comes from its ammunition. The M14 uses the lighter 7.62 by 51 NATO. The lighter cartridge offered less velocity and less mass than 30-06, but it still had enough power behind it to keep accuracy over 460 meters from the M14. About the same effective range as the M1 Garand. With this reduction in energy came better handling for most soldiers. With this change in ammunition, the M14 also came a change in its firing mode. The M14 was made capable of fully automatic fire as well as semi-automatic fire at the request of the US military. To make reloading the firearm more ergonomic, the M14 incorporated an external box magazine that could be detached when empty and replaced with a full magazine. These magazines separated the feed system for ammunition from the firearm. The rifle saw use in Vietnam, and problems arose from its wooden stock being used in the damp environment of the area, as well as reliability issues such as fragile receivers and malformed bolts due to limited testing in the field and poor initial quality control. The rifle also saw problems with controllability with its fully automatic fire mode, as the 7.62 NATO cartridge still held a fair amount of power after being downsized from 30-06. After this, the M14 was quickly phased out for the M16 assault rifle, chambered in 5.56 by 45, an intermediate cartridge. Old M14s were transformed into the M21 and M25 sniper systems, which were replaced entirely by the M24 bolt-action sniper rifle. Forward to 2001, the M14 received an update by Mike Rock and Jim Riberty with a modernized aluminum body, collapsible stock, pistol grip, and multiple rails for mounting grips, optics, laser sights, and other devices. A complaint about the rifle was that it was too noisy. This model was later replaced by one created by Smith Enterprise that solved the problem. This model still sees some use to present day, but it has been somewhat phased out by the Mark 11 AR platform rifle. The M14 now fills a dedicated marksman rifle role in the US military as the M14 EBR. The 7.62 NATO cartridge it uses is better suited for defeating body armor due to retaining more energy at range than 5.56. In modern media, the M14 and its derivatives are seen in many movies such as Black Hawk Down, Forrest Gump, Full Metal Jacket, and American Sniper. It has also been shown in plenty of Vietnam-era and modern video game series such as Far Cry, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and the Ghost Recon series. The M14, when introduced in Vietnam, had its reliability issues that were worked out with time. It later found its use as a marksman rifle with high modularity. It found its place in many famous war-based medias. Semi-automatic civilian models of the M14, namely M1A, are used by the public now for hunting and target shooting. Once again, my name is Big B, and this has been High Cap History. See you in the next video.